Hey everybody, this is Dylan. So Kathleen in the group recently put up this blog post that she called Single Vegan Seeking Single Vegan, and I really like what she had to say. She talked about how she probably would need to be with a vegan because it's the core of her entire being. The concepts around why she's vegan make up everything about her. And so I just wanted to elaborate that. I don't disagree with anything she said, but it's an issue that I've always thought a lot about. So I wanted to talk about it. And what I was going to say at first is that humans are always changing. We're always modifying the processes, our day-to-day, so that it's more efficient, faster, cheaper, better, what have you. If we find a faster way to drive to work, we're going to do it again the next day because it saved us time. So the question is, does a person apply that same concept to the way that they view the world, whether it be social issues, animal issues, climate issues? Are they open to making changes once they're exposed to the truth about how things really are? And I think that is the real core. So if you're a vegan looking for love, look for someone who's really, really open to changes. Think about how long you've been vegan. In my case, I've only been vegan for a few years, and even for the first several years, it wasn't really vegan. I was cheating a lot. I understood some of the ramifications, the climate, the health, the animals, but I still wasn't there, and it took me a lot of personal growth and discovering more and more and more of the truth and reading the books and watching the documentaries before I finally became vegan. But before I was vegan, I think I was still a vegan, just I didn't know it yet. And I think that applies to a lot of people. I mean, the world is made up of jerks who will never change, who will never take a look at the way that they do things, who ignore the truth or just simply won't allow themselves to hear the truth because they want good news about their bad habits. And so that's a person, you can tell a person is like that really early on, and you can avoid that kind of a person when looking for love. But then there are vegans that are already there, and hopefully for all the right reasons. I think it's hard to be vegan for the wrong reasons, but anyway. And then I hope the majority of the world is made up of vegans who simply don't know they're vegan yet. It just so happened that when I met Elise, we had both just begun being vegan for a short time. And before that, it was a long period of discovery where we were reading all the books and getting in the know, because we were people that were openly wanting to change to become the best people that we could be. So if you're looking to fall in love, don't just look for the vegans, because you're going to be missing out on a lot of people who are vegan that just don't know it yet. Find someone, and it's really obvious really soon into talking to someone whether or not they're a person who's open to change, who's open to respecting the way that you are and looking into it a little further, because it might make sense for them too. So if you are a person who is really open to change, but you've been afraid to expose yourself to the real facts about everything about being vegan, like watching these documentaries, please don't wait any longer. Watch Cowspiracy, watch What the Health, watch Forks Over Knives, watch Food Inc. Expose yourself to the truth and start making changes, because we don't have time for everyone who is a good person to just wait on this until, I don't know when until. But even if you don't implement it right away, get in the know, learn the things that you need to learn in order to understand the whole truth, and then take your time and move at the pace that you need in order for it to work for you and be sustainable for you, and become vegan over time. I think a lot of people are really open to that way, to that self-discovery, if you will. And for those of you who are already married, you may be thinking, oh, well, I'm the one who changed. I made a promise when I got married, and I'm the one who changed, and so therefore I don't expect my spouse to ever even dive into this. Well, don't let them off too easy. I would say that they made a promise too, and that promise is to understand that people are always changing, to respect who you are, and they have a responsibility, just as you do to respect them, they have a responsibility to respect your views. They have a responsibility to get in the know, to at least expose themselves to the reasoning behind your own decision to be vegan, because it's just not okay to be completely closed off to change. So I would expect that for those vegans out there married to non-vegans, perfectly fine that you are that way, but don't let them off the hook too easy. At least encourage them to know the truth, to watch the same documentaries, read the same books to some extent, so that they know where you're coming from and they can choose then whether or not they want to make some changes over time or whatever in order to support you as a spouse. I'm not saying you should try to change your spouse vegan overnight. That doesn't make any sense. It simply doesn't work that way. But if chances are you're married to someone who is open to learning the truth, and that person has an obligation to support you by at least exposing themselves to what's going on. So that's all I had to say. We're just constantly changing. Don't only search for vegans. I totally understand what Kathleen was saying. I think she was saying exactly the same thing I am, that she wanted someone who would share her core values, the foundation of who she is. And I think there are a lot of people out there who simply haven't gotten to the place where they understand their core values and their foundation, and they're moving toward it slowly, and they may just need some more exposure. It's people like you that already have it figured out that are going to help make the world a better place and help others that haven't seen it yet to get there sooner. So that's all I wanted to say about vegan love. I'll see you on the next video. Please do subscribe. Join us in the Well Your World Facebook group. We have some really awesome conversations about food, health, everything vegan, sustainability. So please do join us, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. So in that last video, you remember I made pineapple, freeze-dried pineapple. It is really sweet, freeze-dried. It looks just like pineapple. Here, can you see that? It looks just, no, you can't really see that. Why won't you focus? Just focus. It is delicious. Like, it is really, really sweet though. Remember, I do the freeze-dried fruit for backpacking. I don't sit at home munching on dried fruit because I believe the best way to eat fruit is whole and fresh. I only dry it so that it's really lightweight and calorie dense for backpacking. It came out really nice. It's like crunchy, fluffy, just like everything that comes out of the freeze dryer. Not like hard, chewy, or like teeth shattering crunchy. All right, so today I am freeze drying these mangoes that I got 3 for $1 at the grocery store.